So I haven't been on a live for a couple of days because I had a little bit of a dip, and I have enough self-worth to know that I have to take care of myself and rest and not push myself to do anything. But today what I want to do is talk about the difference between self-worth and self-esteem. Now, for me, self-worth is a kind of contented knowledge that I am worthy, but it's also a, a, about I am worthy because I am a human being. So it's not about me as an individual so much. It's more about I have inherent worth as a human being, as all human beings do. And I feel good about that. I have that contentment, that knowledge. Self-esteem to me is about how you feel good about yourself as an individual. And that can be much harder when you get hit with a chronic illness. However, doesn't have to be harder. For me, the ways that I have found self-esteem after chronic illness are more about liking who I am, partially from what I do, but it doesn't have to be physical stuff. So, for example, I have self-esteem because I like myself as a person who has a lot of love and who shares a lot of love. And that's not necessarily a very physical thing. It's about what I pay attention to. I pay attention to love. And so I feel good about myself as a person who loves. Another thing that's important to my self-esteem is being able to achieve certain challenges. And for me, that's all about making sure that I am not basing my challenges on my pre-illness self. I am basing my challenges on an acceptance of what life really is like for me right now. So for me, I feel good about myself for the work that I do, even though I only do a few hours a week. it still feels good. Whereas if I judged myself based on what I could do before chronic illness, then it would be ridiculously not enough. So part of self-esteem is also recognizing what is a challenge where you are now. And I've told this story hundreds of times before, and you probably have heard it before, but I'm going to tell it again anyway. And that's the difference between the marathon runner and the strong man or the strong person who pulls a massive truck. Now, the marathon runner runs 26 miles. The strong man only pulls 100 meters, and it's still this amazing thing because he's pulling a truck. Now, when you have a chronic illness, you are pulling a truck, so you don't expect yourself to go 26 miles. You only expect you celebrate if you manage to go 100 meters. And that's how we can find self-esteem again after chronic illness, is we reframe what is and what isn't an achievement, and be realistic about what is an achievement, and then feel good about ourselves for that. So self-esteem can be about how you love, it can be about how you are as a person to other people. And these things don't necessarily need lots of energy. They can be done with just thoughtfulness and caring. But also it's really about looking at how you think about your achievements. There's one other thing that I would talk about in terms of self-esteem, and that is I had it a second ago. It's gone. Brain fog. Come back, please. Oh, done the achievements. What was the other thing? You'll have to give me a second. Ah, I know what it is. It's about repurposing or finding new things about us that are specific to us, that are part of our unique expression, that we can still share in the world even now that we have chronic illness. So before chronic illness, a lot of the expression of who I was very physical and very adventurous. But I've found ways of repurposing some of those things and discovered other things that might have been hidden by my active self. For example, I would never have thought of myself as a writer because I was too busy enjoying being active before chronic illness hit. But once chronic illness did hit, I found that I was able to express myself with writing. So that's another aspect of finding self-esteem after chronic illness is repurpose the traits you have into something that's achievable with the illness that you have, and also discover new other parts of yourself that were probably all there before, but you didn't pay them much attention because you were enjoying the more active parts of yourself. So I hope you've enjoyed those tips on self-esteem. If you are still really struggling with a sense of self-worth and a sense of self-esteem, I would love it if you could join me for a 5-week course. It kind of starts today in that the lesson is available to you today. The lessons are short video lessons that are 15 minutes or less, and then you also get journaling prompts and well-being practices to practice. So those are available right now. If you sign up now, you will get them as soon as you've signed up. And then it's about the coaching session on Wednesday, the group coaching session, which will help you overcome any obstacles that you're having, but also where you can absorb the magic of the group process and learn from other people who are learning to develop their self-worth and self-esteem, so that you don't have to do all the work. Some of it happens just from other people doing the work too. So I'd love it if you could join me. Sign up right now. You've got until tomorrow night to sign up. I want everybody who is going to be joining me on Wednesday to have watched the video lesson and to have started the practices, so that you're already on your way by the time we have the session on Wednesday and we have stuff to work with. So it's obviously, I do understand what it's like to live with a chronic illness, so it's not something that's difficult to do if you don't have very much energy. Yeah, so sign up now. You should be able to see the place that you can sign up somewhere in this post. And I'll look forward to speaking to you hopefully on Wednesday, but if not, I'll be on a live very soon, sharing other things that I hope will help you. Take care. Bye bye.